Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Jessa Jeremiah.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are here on location for the first time at Total Body Laser Skin Center. I think Laser Skin Care. I think I got that right.
It's a mouthful, but you're doing well.
Yes.
And also, they have float pods here.
Bliss Spa Float. It's two separate businesses under the same umbrella, so under the same ownership, I guess.
Great combination. Now, this is not a new business. They have expanded from a previous location and added some services, so really impressive spot. And we're going to learn more about that. You've probably seen them on the Beltline in the fancy brand new building. It looks pretty good.
Right over on the west side, so it'll be good to talk with them. We're also going to talk a little bit with Chris Koenig from Natura Clean. She's always got some great things, great tips for cleaning, and great things that they can offer you if you think that the weekends are not meant for cleaning. They can kind of help you out there. So
absolutely. So great opportunity for your home and just your lifestyle. I mean, I just feel like some of those things, it's worth the money, right? Just to have some help and more time with your family.
Yeah, you want to spend some quality time with your kids and everything. That's important.
Absolutely.
So,
and your spouse too.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, don't forget.
So we got a girly topic coming up after the break, but it's actually really important, guys, for you to listen up to because we're talking about a fabulous Valentine's Day gift idea, and women will love it. Mom, wife, you name it. So Tia Lynn will be joining us, and she has just won some prestigious awards. Is off in New York, doing runway shows for her designs, but she's also the owner of Contours here in the Madison market.
Yep, she'll join us after the break. I think you mean Mother's Day.
Yes.
So that'll be coming up right after the break here on Wisconsin Family, so stick with us. Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at Total Body Laser Skin Care and Bliss Spa Float right here off the Beltline, and we're having a grand old time.
We are. It's such a pleasure to be here. We're excited to chat with those folks later in the show.
Absolutely. And if you are an avid viewer of our show Girl Talk, you might recognize this face. This is Tia Lynn from Contours Lingerie. How are you, Tia?
Very good. Thank you for having me this morning.
Good to see you on a different set, a different setting here. So, you recently won Designer of the Year, and you had some of your sleepwear and your lingerie showcased in the Full Figured Fashion Week in New York. Congratulations on that. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
When our viewers shop your boutique, will they find the same styles that they found on the runway?
Yes, and what's really neat about the collection is that every single style is offered from a size small to a size 3, so it's really a true full size range, and there's something for everybody.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, Tia, it's such a pleasure and an honor to have you here, and like Justin said, congratulations on all of your success. And I want to talk a little bit about a moment that I feel like a lot of us women out there remember when Oprah in 2005, Oprah and Her Moments, shared the shocking fact that 80% of women out there in the U.S. are wearing the wrong size bra.
Okay.
And that's according to the New York Times, but everyone remembers Oprah saying it, of course. So let's talk about that in terms of the Madison area. How many people do you think are still wearing the wrong size bra?
It's alarming. It truly is. Yet, I'm very proud to say that we're in our 7th year of professional bra fitting, so I think that the numbers are a little bit more to our favor, and customers come back and bring friends and girlfriends and family members in for the experience as well, which is one of the charms that we really, really enjoy with getting to know the Madison area as well as we have. But really, if your straps fall, or if you don't feel supported, or you don't see all of your waist, you most definitely should come in.
It's really shocking too how impactful it is, and I'm sure you see everything. So I just want to say, for women out there who might be a little bit intimidated, It's okay. If you're using some weird contraption to hold things together, they've seen it all. So don't worry. They're
Very
real,
true.
They're real sweet. But one day at a time, you're helping Madison area work on that 80%. You're whittling it down.
Most definitely.
So let's talk a little bit about the impact that it has too. Can wearing the right size bra really make you look younger, thinner, obviously better posture, more confident? What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. And when the girls are in the right place, all of your clothing fits instantly as well because of the sewn-in darts that are somewhat invisible. It makes a huge difference in your confidence, most definitely in your posture, and how you feel at the end of the day. You know, when you don't have the weight of the world on your shoulders, you can do more.
Yeah, absolutely.
When the girls are in the right place, is that what you said? Did I
Yes.
hear that correctly?
You did.
Just wanted to be sure.
This is how we talk, Justin. Yeah,
Okay.
when you
I'm
guys
learning.
aren't around.
I'm learning. So let's talk a little bit about cost because, obviously you guys do professional fittings. Is there a cost to doing that above and beyond, what the cost of the product is?
You know, there is a cost to doing a professional fitting, and that is something that we absorb. So, you do get a real professional fitter doing your fitting.
Okay.
We don't charge for that appointment or for that fitting. The cost of the average bra in our store is between $58 and $78. So we're a little bit more than you'd expect at the mall. However, the quality of the product is so much better that you're going to end up paying less over time as it lasts so much longer.
Well,
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
fit, having the right fit is just, in my opinion, you can't pay for that.
Yeah. Priceless.
It is priceless. I didn't want to say it because it was too cliche, but there's a lot of truth to that. But so let's talk a little bit about your back room. People don't get to see the back room because that's where all the magic happens. But it's incredible. There are colors and sizes beyond your imagination. It's really something. Why is that not out on display?
We really make it so much easier for our customers by taking away the massive amounts of product. It would be so overwhelming. And really, if you have curly hair, you want straight hair, and you would automatically pick the wrong thing. So this way, we bring anywhere between 30 to 60 different styles based on your preferences and your size and what you're looking for as options for you to try on. So,
Well, it's smart how you say that because you would potentially gravitate towards what you're comfortable with and what you're used to buying,
yeah.
and then you wouldn't get the right thing. That's your whole mission, is to get people out of the wrong size that they're used to buying and into the right thing and the right style for them. So,
exactly.
And we're a couple months out from Mother's Day, but that is coming up. Do you have any gift suggestions for people who want to buy something for their significant other or for their mother even?
Gift cards are your best option always when it comes to shopping, because the gift of allowing a woman to go shop is also a gift with a fitting.
Yeah.
And the experience of having a bra fitting and being pampered is absolutely lovely. So I suggest a gift card, and then also make sure that there's somebody to watch the kids.
That's a gift in and of itself too. I
That's
think.
right.
So-
Absolutely.
the whole experience.
So there you go. Well, Tia Lynn from Contours Lingerie, thank you so much for joining. You learned me a thing or three today, so I appreciate that. Don't go away. There's more Wisconsin Family coming up right after the break, so stick around.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. You may not recognize where we are. Extra points if you do. We are at Total Body Laser Skin Care Center off of the Beltline. And this is quite the impressive building that we're going to share a little bit with you about their expansion in case you've driven by. Right now, we're going to talk a little bit about cleaning. And you might recognize this familiar face. This is Chris Koenig with Natura Clean. Now, we've chatted with you before. And it's
Yes.
so glad to have you back. So thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Primarily, we've talked a little bit more about residential cleaning, but it's also important that we talk about post-construction cleaning. What a job
Correct.
first of all.
It is. It's very detailed. Yeah.
So share with us a little bit about what's going on in Natura Clean.
Yeah, so we've been doing a record number of post-construction cleanings. In fact, I'm heading over to one as soon as this interview is done.
Wow.
And the reason why, I've talked to builders, and the reason why is there aren't enough homes on the market, so people have been remodeling and building instead.
Sure.
So usually this time of year we're doing move-ins and move-outs, but this year it's post-construction. And
Wow.
yeah, it's fun. I love it.
That's pretty impressive.
You know what? What a satisfying job, though, because talk about a difference between beginning and end. I think that would be an incredible feeling to see what an impact you've made.
Right, exactly. When you walk in, it's full of dust. Every surface is full of dust.
yeah.
Places you don't even think of is full of drywall dust, sawdust, and by the time we're done, it looks like a completely different place. And people don't realize that they can't hire a traditional cleaner for that. They need someone who's specially trained in post-construction because
Well,
it
and
is
the
so
equipment, I'm sure,
Yeah.
matters as well.
It does. The equipment, but also just technique. It's a totally different technique. And if you don't know what you're doing, you end up with a thin layer of drywall cement all over everything that then you have to get off. So
I see. You could wind up making more of a mess almost.
you do. And it ends up so if you call someone who isn't trained, they're going to give you a low quote, and in the end it's going to cost you more because they don't know what they're doing, and then they're going to have to then get that layer of cement off. So
Right. Wow.
you think it's going to be a cheaper job, but ends up being more expensive in the end because you don't have someone who's trained.
Wow. That's amazing. And you guys have been doing this for a while now. And the thing that impresses me most about your company is that you have people who've been with you since the day you've opened. So I think that that's incredible. So they have some experience, they know what they're doing. Can you elaborate a little bit? I mean, are you willing to elaborate to our viewers a little bit on what those techniques are specifically that set you apart from, just kind of doing it yourself or trying to clean up that mess yourself?
Yeah, so it's keeping yourself from going to the next bright, shiny thing. So you have to be meticulous and you have to follow a system. It has to be top down. You're always
Sure.
you're working from the top because otherwise you're cleaning. Everyone wants to go to that countertop, but if you do that first and then get the cabinets above, everything's falling back on the
Right.
countertop and you have to re-clean it. The other thing is, and this happened to us. About a month ago, we went to a job where the builder kind of did a pre-clean. Well, they did it wet with a cloth, and so we were going back in and cleaning off that thin layer of drywall cement.
Right.
So you can't go in wet. You have to start dry and get all that dust off first, and then you can start cleaning.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice to share some of those tricks of the trade,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many, many more. But
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about, you're talking about builders and remodelers. So obviously you're working directly with some of the builders. Do homeowners ever hire you for their post-construction or post-remodel needs?
They do, and it's important if you're doing a remodel or building, it's important to find out from your builder or remodeler if it's included, if they're going to take care of it, or if you're responsible for it, because you definitely want to plan ahead, and it has to be done. Otherwise, you're constantly living with that dust, and it never goes away.
Right.
So yeah, you want to make sure make sure that you know where it's included, if it's your responsibility or not.
Right, absolutely. And it's starting to get warmer. It's kind of hard to believe, but it's starting to get warmer. Spring is in the air, and lots of people kind of get that itch to, get rid of things in their house and clean out the nooks and crannies that they haven't looked at for a year. So are you doing a lot of business right now for spring cleaning? Is that a big thing for you right now?
We are. People are thinking about, once people start thinking about it, then they realize they need someone to come in and take care of it. So we're also getting calls for spring, getting a deep clean done for the spring, and then regular cleanings followed by that. So we're doing a lot of that also.
Wow.
Sounds fabulous.
And how does somebody get a quote? Like if they're interested in finding out more, how do they get in touch? What's the best way?
Yeah, so they can either call me directly or they can go to the website and fill out a form, and I'll get in contact with them.
Now, what do you do in that case? If I wanted a spring cleaning for my home, and it wasn't a regular thing, would you come to the house and walk through and decide what we were wanting done and come up with an estimate like at that point? How does that work?
Yeah, I actually do it over the phone. After you do it for 10 years, you pretty much
know.
know what you're
That's
doing.
nice. So you can even be at work or on your break and make a call.
Yeah, it's really easy. So that way you don't have to make an appointment. It's not wasting your time. It's not wasting my time. And we just, for one-time cleans, we charge by the hour, because we really wouldn't, even if I went to look at it, we really wouldn't know for sure how much grease buildup there is, how much hard water buildup there is until we're more than halfway through. So it gets charged by the hour, but I can give you a ballpark of where it's going to fall.
That's really nice because you know you're getting exactly what you're paying for then. And then
Yeah.
the job isn't done till it's done. So I like that very much.
Yeah.
Lots of good tips and tricks. So spring
Thank you.
cleaning, post-construction cleaning, you can call Natura Clean and you guys will get the job done.
We will.
Thanks, Chris. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time. We appreciate you. We're going to be back with more Wisconsin Family coming up right after the break.
'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here on location at Total Body Laser Skincare and Bliss Spa and Float.
Yes, and we've had a lovely time here so far and looking forward to, as promised, actually learning about some of the things they do here.
Yeah, and we are joined now by Stacy Friedrich, who is the owner and the mastermind behind these two businesses. How are you, Stacy?
I'm doing well.
Well, thank you for having us here. I appreciate you having us here.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
And you guys, we've talked a little bit about everything you do, and you've given me a tour of the place. You really do so much here. So can you give us just a real brief summary of everything all the services that you provide under this roof?
Sure. Well, we originally started, we opened back in 2011. We originally started with tattoo removal, hair removal. So there's lots of laser services we do. We now provide esthetician services, including, like facials, body wraps. We have our own skincare line. So part of our facials is doing skincare evaluations and products, providing the right products to our customers. Sure. Also do massage, flotation therapy. We have this infrared, far and near infrared sauna. So lots of different services, everything from moles and warts to skin tags and tattoos. So lots of different things.
Yeah, really
Such a
covering the
variety.
gamut.
Yeah.
My goodness. I want to dive in, pun intended, of course, a little bit more to flotation therapy and talk a little bit about that. So this is one of those services that is really gaining speed throughout the country because it's got so many benefits to it.
Right.
So share with us what some of those are and why you've gotten into this business.
Yeah, I came across Float several years back, and instantly, I was pretty skeptical myself when I went in and tried it. I was like, well, how would this be different than floating in my bathtub, at home or laying in the bathtub? I quickly found out that it was way different. Floating's a way to, first of all, unplug, let yourself disconnect from, we have so much crazy stuff going on in our lives.
Right.
We're constantly bombarded that just unplugging, sitting there relaxing, clearing your mind. During the float, for instance, we have like meditation music playing. Lights can be on, off, so you can really you feel like you're floating in outer space is what it is. So you have the mental part of it, and then along with that, the physical benefits, everything from we have soldiers that are being treated for PTSD and float pods, getting great results from that. It was just in Time Magazine, I think, just last week for some of that. Everything's from muscle aches and pains to back aches to blood flow and skin softening. I mean, there's just lots of benefits you can take away from floating. We have migraine customers that come in and use it for prevention of migraines. We also have the fibromyalgia. Anything really pain-related, people get benefits. It's amazing.
That's
So
incredible. And for viewers who aren't really familiar with this, you're essentially in like a pod, right?
Right.
And you're in basically a body of water that is so much salt
Right.
that you are then weightless.
yeah, you're super dense with salt, so you're super buoyant, kind of like the Dead Sea. And there's approximately 1,000 pounds of like a pharmaceutical grade Epsom salt in about 10 or 12 inches of water. So
Wow.
you don't have to try to float. You'll actually find yourself, you get 15 minutes into your float and you find out that you're actually still holding tension in your neck and your arms. You're like, oh, I can just let go.
Right, right.
So common things that happen, bones pop, things snap back into place, just because over the course of that time, your muscles just let go. I had lots of people come out saying it's better than a massage. So
Wow.
I find that pretty powerful.
That
No
is pretty
kidding.
powerful.
That's incredible. And just giving people an opportunity to stop and relax and change your mental state. I mean, there's just so many different things to talk about on that.
Yeah.
And clearly, this is a growing business. Both ends of this, of what you do, are a growing business.
Right.
What are some things that are new and exciting that are you're continuing to see in terms of growth?
Sure. Tattoo removal, we have a PicoSure laser here right now, which is taking tattoo removal. Tattoo removal's been around for about 20 some years, which most people don't realize, laser tattoo removal. The technology's been basically the same for the past 20 some years until PicoSure came along.
Oh, wow.
PicoSure is a huge jump. We basically take a tattoo removal from a 2 to 3 year process down to about a year. So that's a
what a
huge
difference.
advance.
Wow.
It's still not instant, but that's
Right.
amazing compared to what it is.
What do you think is
good.
the reason for the difference? What is the
It's-
technology that has changed?
The technology, they used to use nanosecond lasers, now they use this is a picosecond laser, so it's 100 times faster. Yeah, so what you're trying to do when you do tattoo removal is basically break up ink. So if you think about it, turning rocks into sand is a good analogy.
Yeah.
And then once you get it to sand form, then your body absorbs and flushes out
Sure.
the ink naturally.
Wow.
Clears
Okay.
it out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Interesting.
interesting. So this is really an interesting job that you have as the owner of this facility, and so many different types of clients that you're seeing. What do you think is what do you like best? Is there
You know what I like? What I like best, and two things I fell in love with. I fell in love with the technology when I got into this. That's what kind of drew me to it to begin with. But really, what I like is helping people. Everything from I've had clients cry that have had like females that have hair on their face that like cry because they have almost a beard. You get their hair off, they're like that changed my life.
Yeah.
To kids with acne, you clear up their acne, their self-esteem when they come in, their heads down. When they leave, you take a look at their pictures and you're like, that's a new person.
Right.
So that's really what I love about it, is just being able to help people, change people's lives, really.
Absolutely.
Lots
The
of different
impact
ways.
on your
Yeah.
clients is really great.
Right.
And you've been doing this for a little while now, and it kind of sounds like in some ways you started out as a skeptic, and then you kind of gradually, as you saw the results and the process and everything, you kind of became a believer. What sets you apart from other businesses that do the same thing?
Yeah, like I said, basically just the one-stop shop. I mean, like I said, you can get a facial, you can go and float, massage, you can start partnering things up. What commonly happens is we'll have a client coming in for one thing, and then they realize we do something else, and they'll do the other. So it's not uncommon to have a person do a skincare treatment and then some
for
kind of
float.
some kind of relaxation treatment after or before. Yeah, it's not.
Well, I
very
think
common.
another thing that sets you apart is just how ahead of the curve you have to stay in terms of, for starters, trends in some of in the industry, but also technology.
Right.
So your education must be just constantly renewing.
Constantly, and there's new equipment, new techniques, new technology. Every 6 months there's something new. It's kind of like cell phones and computers. It's the same thing, and they're definitely pushing the envelope.
You got to stay ahead, or you're behind. What's the best way for folks who are interested in learning more about some of these things to find out more? What do they do?
They can come to our website. We have lots of good information on our websites, totalbodylaserskincare.com or blissspaandfloat.com. Both of them have lots of good information on them. So.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
A lovely space here.
Well, Stacy Friedrich, thank you so much for having us here
Yes.
today, and it was a pleasure talking with you. We've been at Total Body Laser Skincare and Bliss Spa Float, and that's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. Please join us next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let